Star Wars and unboxing fans, welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, and here we have a smorgasbord of different items that have just been released that I was able to find on a toy hunt that I wasn't even doing as a toy hunt. Seems to be that always is the case. When one is going out searching for toys, they oftentimes will come up empty and going to store after store after store after store. However, when one is going to pick up milk and eggs and juice and whatever other household items one needs and happens to be in a place that is like a super Walmart, for example, and walks past the toy aisle, that's when you find everything else. So it was a very good day. As you can see, we have a lot of different items that I would like to share and do some unboxings with. But before we get to some of these, I do want to point out, well, you know what, why don't we just go through them. We have here the Wampa action figure, which honestly, now here's a brilliant move on Hasbro's part. I already have a Wampa. In fact, I probably have 2 or 3 Wampas from different play sets. But this Wampa includes the Force Link technology. Because of that, I really feel as though I wanted to own one that had that. Okay, so for collectors, you know, take it or leave it, but it is a unique play feature, and I think it really adds a lot. And also, it is a really great way to, as a person who loves the sound effects and the toys, yet doesn't like having to keep replacing batteries, this is such a cool thing. So not every single toy will get purchased, but quite a few do. So we'll do an unboxing of this one. We also have some newer Black Series 6-inch. We have Tobias Beckett from Solo: A Star Wars Story. We have Han Solo in his Bespin, not fatigues, but his Bespin outfit. And then we have the Rebel Trooper, which I believe is a new one. So those will be really neat. But lastly, I think it's off camera right where I'm looking here, we were able to find another round of vintage collectible figures, vintage collection, newer items. Now, I've made mention of this on previous episodes. These, a lot of them are available in other formats, in other areas, okay? Or they are available in the 5.0 articulation, and these are all, I believe, multiple points, beyond 5. So, having said that though, I do have an affinity for the Racing Stripe box art. It is very much a throwback, including the back with the different colored backgrounds of other ones you can collect. Really, really love these. So I do keep a collection of these in the box, and I display them proudly like that. So I just wanted to kind of show you these. We'll get some close-up shots of each of them. This is VC-131, which is Luke Skywalker. This is Luke on the cliff. And the first image of him, and it does not include the lightsaber. I find it interesting that it looks like he's wearing a glove. I can't tell if he's wearing a glove or if he is, if it's in fact a mechanical hand. But in any case, it's kind of hard to make out unless you open it up or get a little bit closer shot. But great shot of Luke. You know, be kind of fun. Right now I display these in numerical order. It'd be kind of fun to display them in alphabetical order and see all the different Lukes together. So that's cool. We'll put him right here. Okay. Then we have VC-124. This is Han Solo from Solo, and I love, if you look, and again, I'll get some close-ups. If you look and see the Solo logo, I think that's really cool. I mean, when Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi all came out, while they had their logos that you would see in the movie theaters and separate logos that you see on the movie posters and whatnot, oftentimes the Kenner logo looked like something like this. They had Star and Wars separated by the title of the film, and I love that Hasbro has continued that tradition with all of these. So that's really cool. And again, it's a nice detailed figure, multiple points of articulation, so that's cool. You know, but again, these are going to stay in the package for the time being. We have 126, VC-126 Imperial Assault Tank Driver from Rogue One. This is probably a good one to put in your Rogue One tank that we did an unboxing of a few weeks ago. But again, you know, I had a 5-point of articulation version that I just used for displaying. I love, again, how they use the title, Rogue One. Really, really cool. Thank you so much for doing that, for bringing that back. And then lastly, in this particular run, we had 126 from Solo: A Star Wars Story, the Range Trooper. And again, really nice figure, really, really nice detail. I have to say though, I'm enjoying both the 5-pointer articulation and the other ones. In fact, from just looking at them, I would not be able to tell which is a good compliment either way. So kudos to Hasbro for that. All right, they'll stay in the package, but for now, why don't we get to it and start doing some unboxing. We're going to start with the Black Series figures. We'll start with a Rebel Trooper. I'm enjoying that, you know, now thanks to the 3D scanning technology, they've been able to get a lot more detail on the faces with the 6-inch, and I understand that that's going to carry through to, pardon my volume, it's going to carry through to possibly to the 3 3/4-inch lines, which I think would be awesome. I'm curious to see if, you know, the reading on the back of the box is drawn from many homeworlds and species. Rebel troopers were the Alliance's frontline soldiers in the war against the Empire. They defended the Alliance's leaders on countless worlds and during many operations, changing uniforms and tactics to meet each challenge. So I find that, you know, kind of an interesting read-in. He comes with what I believe, and this is interesting, he comes obviously with the weapon of choice, which is that longer blaster, which I'm going to actually put in his holster. I've said it before, I've said it again, I love that they have holsters because it works out nicely. I am really excited that this is a little tiny thing it comes with. It's the plans. It's the data disc from Rogue One. You never see that really, aside from a brief moment. So that is really cool. And then I've always loved their helmet. It's a little bit odd looking, but I've always loved the helmet. And they have kind of different versions for the Empire too. All right, great articulation. I'm loving the 6-inch figures, folks. I can't lie. I know some people that get, you know, a little get aggravated at it, but I think that from a cost, you know, it's funny. I will say this: these figures I think were on sale around $17. $17 for these, which is actually a little bit of a discount from what you normally see them going for. But then I saw some of these figures, and they were basically $14. So I'm thinking to myself, my goodness, you know, between the from a price standpoint, it is kind of a challenge to have that much of a difference in price for a big figure. Only $3 difference between this figure and this figure, between 3 3/4 inch and 6-inch. That I gotta say, I think we're going to be seeing a huge shift. It's cheaper for them to, apparently, I guess it's cheaper for them to make the 6-inch figures, so I think they're going to push that a lot. I think that in order for the 3 3/4 inch line to survive, they might have to stick to the vintage collection boxing, because that's what people are going to buy. I don't know where that's going to go. I have no, you know, inside source telling me this, but I can tell you that the prices are going up a lot faster than many collectors can keep up with. So that's something to be considerate of. But we'll see what happens. Nonetheless, I do enjoy the detail that they put. Maybe they, you know, then there's also the 3D technology and the crowdsourcing that they do, like they're doing for the barge. It's anyone's guess where this hobby is going after this. Let's open up Han Solo from Bespin. Straight out. I don't know why. I get more excited over Han's blaster sometimes than I do about the figure himself. I can't tell you why. I love the figure, but I just love seeing the blaster. I love seeing the detail of the blaster and what they're able to accomplish now. I think for this case, I will put the blaster in his hand. He's got these most of the 3 3/4, I'm sorry, most of the 6-inch figures have a trigger finger, which means that you can kind of lock it in there with the. If I can try to do this, God, and that makes it work a little bit better. It's a good figure. I think his head and jacket ratio is a little weird, but you know, I understand it. It's good. You can see it there. Again, we'll get some close-ups if we haven't already done so. Okay, put him here. Good job, Han. And then my favorite of the bunch, Tobias Beckett. Oh my goodness, boy, folks. Speaking of Tobias Beckett, Solo Star Wars Story came out on digital release. I have not purchased it yet. I am going to go for the. Sorry for the noise again. I'm going to go for the Blu-ray combo pack, and there's a simple reason that for a similar price, you are getting the Blu-ray, the DVD, the digital code. And because of that, I know it's great. You can watch it now. I know I'm like chomping at the bit to watch it. I did do that with Force Awakens, and I did do that with Rogue One, but I ended up buying the Blu-ray anyway, mostly because, you know, I have there are certain circumstances in my life that I would warrant watching a Blu-ray, watching a DVD, and watching the digital. Mostly digital, but the other two do come into play from time to time. So as a result, I kind of need to buy the combo pack for what I need it for. So as a result, when Last Jedi came out, I resisted the urge, and for the first 10 days, I let it go to digital release, and I just waited, bided my time, and then it came out on Blu-ray, and I was none the worse for wear. Okay, it was fine. So I'm waiting on that. I'm excited that the next one comes out pretty much on Tuesday, like at the time of this recording, in 2 days. So that was really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to that. I might give a little quick review, my thoughts on it. People already know I love the movie. I saw it like 5 or 6 times in the theater. I cannot wait to watch it on disc or on live, or streaming. So I'm really excited about that. This Beckett figure is awesome. I love the character of Beckett. I've always, I always thought they did a brilliant job with taking the concept of this character that's kind of like a mentor, but a different take on it. Spoiler alert, a different take on the mentorship. If you have not seen this movie, stop here, go watch the movie, and then come back to this. What I mean by that is that he is a character that, he does serve that mentor role, like that Merlin, on the Joseph Campbell mythology idea. He does serve that mentorship, that Merlin role that helps the youth, but he does it in a way, and then also later betrays the mentor, and then has to teach one final lesson to the mentor by having the mentor kill him. And that's a very unique story that is not told very often. We're getting into the point where a lot of these stories are being told over and over and over again. There are other stories to be told, and this was a very interesting one, and I thought it was very interesting how it shaped Han into who Han is and who Han later becomes. He was like Han, but he wanted Han to be something more like him, and Han couldn't buy into that fully. So the Beckett character is really cool. He's a hero by not being, but also not a hero. So really cool. I also like the gunslinging, whipping gun idea. He's a little more of a showman. I think that was really cool. I think Han got a lot from that as well. So really cool. Come on there, Tobias. There you go. All right, and then lastly, let's get our Luke and Wampa 2-pack opened up here. Again, this is a lot of. I'm sure if you break it down closely with other Lukes that have come out, other Han or other Wampas that have come out, you'll see a lot of similarities. But there are some differences, and that the most notable one is Mr. Wampa comes with a loose arm. Because those are, the special edition showed this more graphically, but in the original undoctored original film, Empire Strikes Back, Luke is stuck in the Wampa's lair, and unfortunately has to fight his way out, and the Wampa goes to attack him, and he ends up slicing in the original, we weren't able to fully flesh out what he cut. Did he just cut the whole thing? Did he just kill the whole beast? Did he cut off a limb? It was just very close up and kind of bad graininess. We weren't really sure what to make of that. So then it was nice that we were able to kind of, in the special edition, we actually saw a better close-up of the Wampa, and he was able to cut off his arm, which I thought was really good. Okay, now these, as I said, are utilizing our Force link. So if I take Luke,
I'm looking for a great warrior. I won't fail you. I'm not afraid. I can help them. I feel the Force.
it's interesting.
I can help them. I feel the Force.
Okay. So, pretty cool. I do find it interesting that they're using other elements of Luke's dialogue from the movie. Not anything, because he didn't really talk to the Wampa. So, let's show you what the Wampa does.
Firmware update required.
Firmware up.
Firmware update.
Are you serious? Firmware update required? Oh. Well, I'll tell you what. I will do the firmware update, and when I'm done doing the firmware update, I'll tack on a short video of the Wampa if I can get it to work. Because I will say the firmware update.
Firmware update required.
I feel like the firmware sometimes it's hit or miss. It works, sometimes it doesn't work. So we will wait and see. But the character himself, he's got some pretty decent articulation. I find it interesting for the Wampa. They gave him a decent amount of articulation: elbows, knees, ankles. Twisting, waist a little bit, head. Luke, 5 points. Who knew? Okay, what are you going to do? I mean, then again, Luke spends most of his time hanging upside down, so if you can figure out a way to make that happen, it'd be pretty cool. And I guess if you just pull it out, there's poor Wampa, armless. So, what are you going to do? Sorry, Wampa. But maybe it's better that he didn't kill you. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to survive with just one arm, but we'll see. So anyway, as I said, I'll put that on the tack. I'll tack that on the end once I do the firmware update. But until then, that will do it for this week's episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. Excuse me. And make sure you check out all my videos. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button, let other people know about the channel. Make sure you check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Darth Tuba. Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing page on Facebook. And email me, darthtuba77@gmail.com if you have any questions. Or leave comments if you want to have anything answered. I've got a few more, off the top of my head videos getting ready to drop, as well as some more shelf talks on the way. So, hope you enjoy that. And until next time, may the Force be with you.